certainly, I'm very, very lucky to know you and be your friend. And the thing that I like most about you is that you're not afraid. That's the part about you that I like most. Because I always look to people with courage, people who aren't afraid to do what's right, even though it's difficult. Chuck's the epitome of that. As you can imagine, one of the toughest jobs that you could hold, to be the varsity football coach at Richmond High School or any high school here in the United States. I mean, you parents love your kids and you want them to be happy. You guys want to play and you want to win. Chuck's in charge of trying to keep the party happy. It's a very, very difficult job. He always does the right thing from his heart. And that makes him, in my mind, a great coach and a great guy. So congratulations on another terrific season, Chuck, and your future. Guys, I'm so flattered to have the opportunity to be up here. And it's kind of a weird feeling, me sitting over there. I sat over there when I was like 8 years old and watched my dad run the first couple of Ridgewood Junior football banquets that were back in 1958. 1958. In those days, I was 7 years old. I sat there and watched my dad up here. And it was really neat. I'll never forget, we had the split end from Army speaking the first year. And then the great running back, Joe Bellino, who was an All-American running back. And I was sitting over there watching my dad as the master of ceremonies, impeccably dressed, calling up the boys, shaking all the boys' hands. And you know, I didn't really know what I was watching, but then all of a sudden, 2 years later, in 1961, my dad was 45, he dropped dead, or 48, he dropped dead of a heart attack. And after starting the Ridgewood Junior football program and you know, running it for 3 years, my mother was left at age 45 to try to carry our family through this. And my brother Jack, who's 5 years older than I am, played quarterback for Ridgewood High School. And then went on to University of Vermont and was a great quarterback. I mean, big time. My brother was a big guy. I'm about 5'10" and a half on my toes. He's about 6'2", and he could throw the ball a mile. And I grew up watching him throw those balls and always dreamed that maybe I could do that too. And so I tried to follow in his footsteps, played with Chuck, played quarterback here at Ridgewood High School under my mother's guidance. She was a neat gal. She was tough, and she wouldn't take crap from anyone. I mean, you know, if anybody was going to hurt her boys or anything, my mother would step right up. She was strong, courageous, so we watched her and tried to carry on this legacy, trying to be a good person and a good guy. This award was established.
She was the greatest. She was everybody's mom.
Second year after my dad died in 1962, and the award was decided to be given to a high school senior who had come up through the program like you guys, gone on to play football at Ridgewood High School. But the key was, you had to be a good guy. You had to have the same character, sportsmanship, dedication, and determination that my dad exemplified. You had to be a special guy. So we used to sit for like weeks, think about, watch the Ridgewood High School teams, and say, who are the guys that are really the good guys? The guys with great character, guys who really were good with their parents, studied hard, were kind and compassionate to other people. Who were those guys? We used to vote every year. And every year we put the best guys we could up here to carry on this Jack Strickland memorial. So it's been a great run. But this year when I went back to coach with Chuck, right away I saw two guys that just stood out. And I always watch guys in practice. I mean, you know, in the games, everybody tries their hardest. Everybody, I like guys in practice. They work really hard, and won't stop, and consistent. Like every play worked their tail off. So Van Jorgensen, who was the quarterback this year, was unbelievable. I mean, what a guy. I mean, this guy, all he wanted to do was play defense, actually. And he, like myself, I had 8 concussions. Van had, I think, 3 or 4. No defense. So I put him at quarterback. later on in the year, he got a chance to play defense. I mean, the guy hits like, holy mackerel. I mean, loves to hit. But what a player, and what a quarterback, and what a leader. You guys would love to watch him. He really is a great role model. It has been. And Frankie Polino, Frank's about 5'6½", maybe 5'7". If he didn't work out with weights, he'd probably weigh 145 pounds. Really, just a little guy. A little guy that wanted to be good. A little guy that said, I'll do whatever it takes to become a great football player and a great athlete. So these are the guys for you to look up to. These are the guys who you want to be like. And believe me, guys, they're kind to other people. They do the right thing all the time. And they're exemplary people in this school. Great students, they do all that stuff. So, you know, I get once a year to come up here and act like I'm my dad. That's what I am. I'm so proud of the hard work that you guys gave and all the stuff you did. The coaches should be so proud of the effort they gave this year. And you've carried on a program that my dad dreamed would be like this. You guys are it. If you hadn't been here, it's over. So I thank you guys so much for that. Frankie and Van, thank you so much for being the recipients of this year's award. And I ask you to please come up and we'll present the award to you.
To share that trophy 6 months.
There's a couple interesting names on
From the
One is
Polino
Dave
closet
Tall.
to the Jordan.
Won this in 1983. His brother, excuse me, I think I said this last time. His son Dave won the award in 19. Trying to get the year.
Oh, wait.
Oh wait, Greg Johnson, 2007. Jack Stroger, 1965.
That's him.
It's just an array of, like, to me, you know, all-stars. So this is like a perfect award. Two perfect guys. So guys, I present this to you in my mom and dad's memory.
He doesn't make it special, does he? You're going to need some new buttons on that shirt, pal. Here comes the best part. Yeah.
I started playing junior football in 2nd grade, like many of you. I love this game. It's the best game for teaching a player how to accept the ups and downs of life. It seems like nothing ever goes right during a football game, and you have to learn to adjust on the run between plays and during quarters and halftime. Although I will be going to college for lacrosse, it is football that taught me the most about competing and playing at a high level, especially this year with the new Big North schedule. It is an extreme honor to be a recipient of the Stroker Award. The fact that I've gotten to know Coach Stroker personally and that this award was named after his father somewhat separates me from my previous recipients. Coach Stroker is a passionate man, but everything he does. His main passion over is coaching. This year, Coach Stroker was a quarterbacks coach and an energy coach. As you know, he's got a lot of energy. He was the best at getting the best out of me. His presence was felt. He was not a guy you wanted to let down. Not only because he was dedicated, but because he had a very rare way of coaching, which demanded respect. And he really did want respect. Also, I would like to sincerely thank Coach Johnson, who took me under his wing and taught not just football, but how to be a good person. Coach Johnson knows me all the way around. Not because I've known him for so long, but because he truly cares. Coach Johnson is a guy that really wanted boys to play for. Football is a tough game, and there's no way around it. It demands the best out of a high school student athlete. A quote from Coach Johnson, which you kind of took me before, said this: nothing worthwhile comes easy. I'm living proof that playing football for High School is one of the best things we can do at this age. If you're willing to give all you have, you get a positive result, and skills you can use for the rest of your life. I owe both Coach Johnson and Coach Stroger a debt of gratitude. Thank you very much.